We get right to the breaking news from Columbia County. Crews are still trying to figure out what caused a deadly explosion at the Didion corn mill plant in Cambria. The blast killed one person, 2 others are still missing. And Justin Steinbrinck has been in Cambria all morning long. He joins us with the latest. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Rachel. Yeah, the investigation does continue into what could have caused this explosion here at the Didion corn mill plant. You can see behind me the plant, still some smoke showing up from what was now more than 8 hours ago where this incident took place. And there used to be a building there that's not there anymore. A 3-story laboratory building is now gone from that mill's location. So what is it like to live close to the Didion corn mill? Well, if you follow me here, you'll see the house behind me, just a couple of 100 feet down the path here. This house belongs to Rodney Ashcraft, and he joins us here this morning to tell us a little bit about what it was like for you through the overnight hours. First off, thank you for taking some time. I know an emotional morning for you and your family. Can you describe for us what it was like at 11 o'clock last night at home?
At 11 o'clock last night, we thought we were under siege. We didn't know what was going on. Really, the explosion was so intense that it nearly threw my wife off the bed, and we were in mass confusion. The kids were screaming and running. Went outside. There was a few neighbors out on the street. Nobody really knew what was going on, and my wife came running outside, and she said the factory's on fire. So come through the house and went and looked, and you could see flames rising. I mean, it was bad because you knew there was a building there. Then I went and checked on the kids again to make sure everybody's all right, and kind of funny, the baby was the only one that didn't wake up. But as I was coming back to the sliding doors, the second explosion happened. I got to watch that, and it was like a mushroom cloud right there in the middle, just big white billowy cloud in the midst of the flames. It was very intense.
You mentioned that the house shook. If it was like an earthquake, you feel what it was like?
It was. I think of earthquake, or you know, from the pictures on the news from like Afghanistan, like shell shock or something, because I can't believe we got windows in our house because it was that bad. It was that intense.
So when you were talking with your neighbors, what was the thought process going through all of your head in regards? Because I know you mentioned that there's a high traffic train area here that you were wondering about.
Well, it's norm for this factory is open 24/7 most of the time, and most of the people here in this community, there's a lot of people that work there.
Yeah.
And so everybody that I was talking to last night after this first happened, you know, was in just confusion because of all the people that work there.
And to understand correctly, there was a building there that's not there anymore, right? There was
There was a building there, yes, sir.
Like a 3-story laboratory building just off to the way the way of those signs.
Exactly, just right there where that gap's at, as you can tell.
Incredible. What is how is the family doing today? What has it been like, you know, with small children having to explain what's going on?
The kids are in there freaking out. Yet they're watching the news. They're looking at everybody running around outside, and they're just trying to figure it out. My wife's a mail carrier. Everybody at work's texting her, seeing if she's okay. She's still shook up at work today. It's quite intense.
It's a small town, a close-knit community. What's it like to, you know, have something like this happen in a town like this, Rodney?
As quiet of a town like this, it's bad times. I mean, like I say, everybody attached to Cambria works, either knows somebody who works there or has family that works there. And it's a time to draw closer to God, definitely.
Well, we're glad you're okay, your family's okay, your house is okay as well. Thank you very much for taking some time to talk to us here this morning. We appreciate it a lot. That is the latest. Again, we are still waiting to hear on those 2 that are unaccounted for in this explosion, and whether or not we have any information on that, we'll gather that when it arrives and get it to you as soon as possible. But again, 1 person is dead, 2 unaccounted for, and several injured from this explosion, which took place through the overnight hours. More information surely to come as the investigation continues through the remainder of the day. Reporting live in Cambria, I'm Justin Steinbrinck. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin.